20-liter bucket, or about 5 gallons, so it's about 20 kilograms. This has a little bit of lean on it. So we have the clearance. And so we can get a 100-foot run, roughly 90-foot run that way. So the ability to move cacao pods successfully. And we're really talking about a little less than 5 feet of height, displacement. So that IBC is leaning a bit too much, and that means we should turn it more on the diagonal, evidently. But the 2x4s, this is a 12-foot piece cut into 2 6-foot lengths, and bound like that with eye bolts. And so we can move cacao pods successfully across, because this side is a bit lower. And you can see here how we have it. Now it is depressing the, let's let that go. Okay. So it is, we're going to have to put something to protect this, because this is obviously damaging the IBC tank. We don't see any damage on the metal cage. There's the turnbuckle over there. And there it is obviously depressing it, so we do need to reinforce over here, or we're going to end up damaging our IBC tank considerably. So that is something we're going to have to work on in the next few days. But we have a 14-foot sling here, and then the 14-foot sling is connected to a turnbuckle, connected to a 100-foot 3/16-inch cable. These 2x4s anchored here and here, and then running the length there. And so this is our first trial of the IBC tank biodigester anchor for ziplining, for creating some... No, but you'd use a pulley for this, and then up into here, where we have a little bit more height. And as I can show you, see it is kind of tipping it, and that's because it should not be on that angle. I need to turn it the other way lengthwise, and that will work better. Just move the wire rope under the first lip. Choke it around the box under the first roll. You have basket hitch. I'll try to figure out what that means when I'm done with this test, but thank you very much, Mr. Obvious, because I'm sure to you that's very obvious. Right now I'm not altogether sure what that means, but I'm going to investigate it. Move the wire rope up under the first lip. I think you mean to bring it down to the bottom here, right? That would help, because then you'd have a greater angle and it would be actually pulling on the weight instead of tipping it over. I think that's what you mean, and I agree with you. So, and then this one here, I did put a hose around it. The other, I'm going to have to cut the hose because of the eyelets won't let me. But yes, I mean, it shouldn't be pulling back on it, right, like that. Choke it around the box under the first rail. You have a basket hitch. I think that's what you mean by that, because then that'll keep this thing. And also, this one doesn't have a cage bottom, so this is a bad IBC. It's not as stable as the other one, but it's what I had. So the idea is that the biodigester will be useful for putting the infected cacao pods in, and then help to destroy the fungus, we hope, and providing fertigation water, but also providing an anchor. And then we can do a switch back through the mountains. The idea is to avoid having to transport up in those mountains in Colombia, to transport cement and gravel and sand to make the concrete and rebar, and to try to get 12-inch poles with a 1/4-inch thickness. I mean, it's just too expensive, too difficult for the campesinos there. So if we can use Solar City's IBC tank biodigesters, then we have the ability to triple purpose. And once again, as you can see, one might be able to go taller than this, but for certainly doing a 20-kilogram weight, carrying a basket of cacao pods, and then being able to hook onto the hook on for safety, because those mountains are so treacherous. As you walk the basket of cacao pods up, we can see that a 5-foot 5-foot height, and this is lower than 5 feet. 5 feet would be right up about here, and so this is lower about 4.5 feet. So I do want to raise this up, but I can get 5 feet on either side, and then I do have the ability to carry that weight, right, of 20 kilograms, and probably a little bit more, but it just about grazes the ground there. It's still above the ground, and that other pole is 5 feet up. So yes, I'm getting intrigued by this concept of a Solar Cities IBC tank biodigester as the anchor for a zip line to be used as a garrucha, or to carry bananas and coffee beans and cacao pods on a switchback through the mountainous area in Sopetran, Colombia, when we go next year to continue to work on our plan. And that might save some people some hassles, and it's fairly inexpensive. So that's it for now. I think I'm going to try another one in horizontal aspect ratio, but I think we've got a concept here that we can work with. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your comments. Let's see how we end this.